Hello everybody, I'm Matthew, also known as SamuraiHex, and welcome back to another episode of Manager of Legends, the FM24 Journeyman save with me, Matthew, and our manager, Neil Brannan. Now, go watch last episode if you haven't already, but I'll spoil that now, if you have not, so make sure you go watch it now. We've managed to finish third again, after nearly getting sacked 3 times during that season from a really poor start. We somehow managed to climb our way back up the table and finished in a respectable third. So if you think if it hadn't been for those really bad results, we might have even have won the league. Who knows? But before we get into the transfer window special, where we might possibly be moving clubs, because I am looking to move clubs. I'll be looking on the job offer page, the job security and all that, and see what clubs are available and all that stuff. But before we get into that, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get mobile and push notifications and desktop notifications and all that stuff, and comment a comment saying, boy, I can't wait to see West Ham win the league this year, because it might happen, but it might also not. Who knows? That, or unless you're someone who doesn't like West Ham, say, boy, I can't wait until West Ham are relegated. And so on and so on. You can also check out all my socials down below in the description. But let's get into the video. So of course we finished third. Season preview, what at the time was 8. For this season is 8. Though the media prediction last season was 2nd, even though we dropped down to 8th quite quickly. Yeah, we are 5-star reputation, and I reckon we only have about, well, I said I wanted to do 20 years with Neil Brannan and then go back to the old clubs with him, like Criticism of GFT Tokyo, Nagano and West Ham, and whichever one comes after West Ham. So we've only got 10 years left, because I started the save when he was 40. I made him 40 personally, so he could retire in 20 years time and it'll be a retiring age. But it might sip up, it might continue a bit further to like 65 or 66. I'm not sure, it depends on how I'm feeling and if we've taken it clubs as far as we can. But we've got the transfer window. So first off, the season review. So we had the really disappointing transfer windows where only 3 players joined. So Gonzalo Bernal, of course, joined us in the summer as our only main signing. Then we've got Dato Fofana joining and Juan Esposito joining, both in January. I'm happy with Bernal, I'm happy with Esposito, but the average with Fofana. Personally, I think Fofana is a much better player than Esposito, even though Esposito scored 8 goals in 14 games. Fofana didn't play as many, but he's also got 3 and 1 assist. Esposito just didn't look up for it. Then we also sold a load of players such as Cabal, Fort, Mompassi, Chijoki Paul was finally let go. Callum O'Regan was sold, Say Karras was sold. Goran Huggins was another average player that was sold for Sunderland. All the rest were just youngsters. Then a bunch of loanees. They were pleased that we qualified for the Champions League, which is quite good, and which they wanted expectations for qualifying for the Premier League title. I'm pretty sure I didn't agree to those. I agreed to be Champions League. We got Champions League. So might have even been more risk to be sold, but of course we started off awfully. That was the results. I changed the tactic about here or something, and we then only lost 3 more games after that and drew another 3. All the other games were wins, so we really did rise up the table, and that form there is top of the league. Fortunately, Derby went down alongside Birmingham and Burnley. If you can't tell, I'm a Derby fan, which I say every single episode. But for the new people that have just found this channel out, I'm a Derby fan. So, Forest fans, beware. Biggest win was the 6-0 victory against Arsenal. Arsenal had a really poor season and very nearly got relegated. But yeah, the biggest problem was 6-0 against them, which was when we were using the other tactic. I thought, okay, we started off poor, like we beat Arsenal. I was like, okay, it's going to okay, but it ended up didn't, and we had to get a new tactic in. Match to remember was a 2-0 victory against Man U, and goal of the season was Ardagula's 58th minute goal against Man City in a 3-1 victory against them. We have stayed the same in current reputation. I'm hoping to get 4.5 stars already, but for whatever reason we're just not hitting that right rating. Sponsorship 150 million, it's gone up with 30 million. Our broadcast revenue, corporate hospitality, competition and match day have all gone down by a few 100,000. We sold 16 million total merchandise sales, and then 630,000 shirts were sold. Smith, Zaza, Gray, Lopez and Esposito are our most sold shirts. Then the best team, Bernal and goal, Morris at right back, that's a surprise. But then we didn't have many right backs. We sold them all, and Zaza was kind of playing that at right back when he was trained to be that towards the end of the season. Bray and Luis Romero were our 2 centre backs. Luke Thomas was our left back. Arthur Gray and Carlos Lopez were our 2 DMs, while Ardagula was our midfielder in the centre. So they are using our current new tactic. Zaza was the only one above a 7. Our best player though, so he's a 5-star player, probably one of the best players in the world I would reckon. If he's an elite winger, I think that's better than world class player. So yeah, he was our best player and our only player above a 7 at right winger. Connor Smith as our left winger, and Toclamati as our striker. Fantasy player of the season was Zaza, young player of the season was Connor Smith. Goal of the season will of course go over Ardagula. Top goal scorer was Toclamati with 16. Most assists was Zaza with 9. Most player of the match awards was Zaza with 5. Highest average rating was Zaza with 7.1. Most passes completed in 9 minutes with 55 by Lopez, Josep Luis Romero. And highest transfer fee paid ever, 75 million, was for Juan Esposito. We won the Manager of the Month award in December, and that's basically all the awards we really won this season. And then this is of course how well we've played our 500th game in charge of any team, which is good to see. Is now we will skip ahead and see all transfers. Well, hopefully there'll be some of the season, and yeah, hopefully get a really good squad coming. Maybe get rid of some more of the worst players. I mean, like Sam Thomas could go. Maybe get another backup goalkeeper or something. Ramazan is leaving at the end of the season, so I'm happy with that. But we could also get people like Pyan gone. Jamal Lamani I want gone. Martinelli can go. So we've got a load of transfers, hopefully that the Director of Football will make. But yeah, skip ahead and see you all in a bit. So things have happened. Job centre, we have applied for the Real Madrid and Juventus job, and we've got the offer for one of those teams. We also offered, also got a job interview with PSG after applying for that. But I think Jurgen Klopp went to that after the manager of PSG went to Brighton, and then Real Madrid manager, which was Klopp, has now been opened. So it's a bit of a transfer merry-go-round, so we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, we're going to one of these new clubs because yeah, I think time with West Ham is at an end. No transfers so far, but then it's not really been far into the transfer window, and we have let Callum Miller go. Florian Kaufman's gone on loan to Oldham, and Zarius Clement's gone on a free transfer to Forest. They're the only transfers that have happened. I don't think anyone's been released currently. No, they have not. Although were from last season. We are trying to go in for a few players. So, look, Karen McAlton's leaving, and so is Ronnie. Then we're trying to get rid of some of these players, and then probably one of our coaches has been poached. But these two players could be coming in. Jesus from Levante, who's a squad player, left back, right back. He has a bunch of potential, so hopefully he'll reach out with us. And Andrew Juventini, who is another Spanish player, who's a 3-star potential ability, 1.5-star current ability. Currently playing for Badalona in 4th tier, or was it the 4th tier, yeah, of Spanish football. So he could get good, but probably will never will. Either way, those two people are currently having work permits, but that is not why we're here. Real Madrid have offered us the job. So we got the interview with PSG. We didn't get that. Klopp went from Real Madrid to PSG, and Juventus have only just offered us the job interview, but they don't seem that up for me having me, because they haven't replied to me straight away. When the Real Madrid job came about only a couple of weeks ago, and not even a couple of weeks ago, like a week and a half ago in game, while Juventus has been open since May, and what PSG job stuff all happened during June, the start of June. So yeah, I don't think Juventus are really bothered about having me. There's no even guarantee I'm going to have it, and technically Juventus are the worst side, and they're only 4.5-star current reputation, and they didn't even finish in the Champions League spots in Italy, so they've really gone downhill. But yeah, Real Madrid have offered us the job offer, and I'm going to take it. But first we've got to look back a bit on West Ham. So, of course, with them we managed to get for 4-star rep or 3.5-star rep to 5-star. I think we also finished all our Continental licensing, and maybe I think we're on Continental B or C or even A with FC Tokyo, and they've got to Continental Pro with West Ham. Yeah, first season was a poor season. Just about to survive relegation in 16th. Second season we were building the squad up. We did quite well in 8th. 7th the next season after that, where we're building the squad up still, and we did win a Europa League in that season. Season before that we won the FA Cup. We didn't win anything the season after that, but we did get 2 Manager of the Month awards and finished 3rd. And last season we still, of course, started awfully, but ended up finishing 3rd anyway, with form that was expected for someone winning the title. So maybe give it another year, we could have won the title, but I don't know. I'm moving into Real Madrid, and I'll skip ahead to the start screen and see what the team is like there. So we have left West Ham to join Real Madrid. Xabi Alonso was probably the favourite for the Real Madrid job, and yeah, they only finished 2nd in the league last season, so yeah, maybe not the best side in Spain. Director of football is absolutely amazing in Thomas Olmas. Assistant manager is Matthew Valbuena, so he looks quite good. Maybe not as brilliant on the playability or potential ability on the judging side, but yeah, they are the most winning of the Champions League, which they won last season. They haven't won the title in 2 seasons, but they've won 44 of them, and they won the Club World Cup the season before, and they haven't won the Europa League this season yet. They've won a Super Cup many a year ago. They won the Copa del Rey a few seasons ago now, as well as Super Copa España a few seasons ago, and whatever that is, not even a cup anymore. Yeah, our best player is Endrick. He's still at Brazil. I mean, our best player is Endrick. He's still at Real Madrid. He's 27 years old and he looks amazing. And this will be the first time I've managed to team a player like Endrick in Football Manager. I never normally rank the big side, so when I do, it's only for like a season and then I get bored. But I think in terms of Journeyman, it's always better. Anyway, it's when when I manage the big sides, it always ends up being in the beta. So I've never managed Hendrick before, so that'll be good. Oh, I'm glad about that. Mason Greenwood, he's leaving on a free transfer to Real Sociedad. How has he ended up being at Real Madrid? Oh my god. I know he's a good player still, but he's not a very nice man. I'm sorry if anyone likes him, but he's just not a very nice man. And considering, I think Jude Bellingham's still there. I looked at the squad a tiny bit before, but he's not on this screen. But Jude Bellingham is still at this club, and I know what happened in real life quite recently, where he might have had a bit of a go at Mason Greenwood when they played against each other, which I say, good work, Jude Bellingham. But yeah, the expectations this season are to win the La Liga and continue to win it. Spurs just want us to challenge, but finish above Barcelona Atletico, so that's basically first. Yeah, looking at the squad, best one player is Luis Guilherme, who is an AMC right winger, can also play anywhere up in the attacking midfield and all that. Jude Bellingham, like I said, is still here, he's brilliant as well. He's also now got Spanish nationality, so he doesn't take a part on the registration rules, because you can only have 3 non-EU players in Spain, which I think caused a bit of an anger when it wasn't implemented a few seasons ago. Hendrick's still here, Camavinga's still here, Vinicius Jr. is still here. Warren Zaire Emery, I don't think he's here in real life, no, he's a PSG youth prospect who's turned out quite good. João Neves, Kylian Mbappe still here, he's injured though, and unfortunately he is retiring, so it will be another season of FM where I've never managed Kylian Mbappe. On Utena, so if you've been watching the West Ham episodes, you'll know we signed him, I think in our first season, the first full season. He did average, and I was like said, if he goes, I won't mind that much if you get a better player in. And in the end, Real Madrid paid 96 million for him. So yeah, real good to see him back. And is he a favourite? Does he like me? He's an acquaintance with me, so he might become very close with after my stint at Real Madrid, whenever that will be ended. We've also got this guy, Verschuren, Belgium international, who is really good on the potential wise. And yeah, the rest are average for Real Madrid, but brilliant probably for La Liga and for Premier League and all that stuff. So yeah, a good squad. Season preview, it hasn't ticked over to the new season yet, but Real Madrid did finish second, quite far off Barcelona, but they're expected to finish first, and I think that's the odds quite big, 10 to 11 to 15 to 8. I think that means Real Madrid are way ahead in better team, so I'm expecting us to do well this upcoming season. Staff front, we've got hardly any staff, so it's up to Director Football and the Technical Director, which is Eduardo Machia, to do all the transfers and all the staff incomes and outgoings, get staff to become more like Real Madrid and being the best in the world, being the best squad in the world. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll skip ahead now. We'll also see in a bit what happened with West Ham's transfers, but that'll probably be at the end of the episode. But yeah, I'll skip ahead and see what happens. So we've had our first few sales. Transfers ticked over to the next season, but people have left. So Hincapi, who had his contract running out, he left to Inter, and thankfully Mason Greenwood left to Real Sociedad. We then sold a few players which I'm not that happy with. Antonio Silva, I'm happy with selling. He was old and didn't look good enough, but he was sold to Al Ittihad for 22 million after we signed for 42 million. So right loss of profit there, but then that's not for me to decide, and I reckon Real Madrid won't really miss that 20 million. Also sold J. Jesus Alberto Sola, who could have been good. Making a start to Osasuna, but he was a youth prospect, hardly played for us, but main team at least. But he could have been a useful backup, but he was sold. And Omar Delic, which I'm not happy about selling, 3.5-star current ability player. He was sold to Al Ali for 26.5 million, and also another half profit loss, half the transfer loss. So they only got 50% of the profit from last transfer that they brought him in for. But he could have been really, really good, but no, Direct Football decided to sell him. But we have brought in player Rooney Bargi. He is a Syrian Swedish international, so he could be capped for Sweden. He chose Sweden. He started a game at Copenhagen, and he's been banned his whole career. Not been started off quite as a regular starter. Past 4 seasons, he hasn't been a regular, but we've paid 60 million for him, and he comes in as our important player. It rises to 82, so for a player that hasn't played regularly for Bayern, I think that's a bit of a overpriced move. But has he been injured? No, he's only had any injuries his entire career. So yeah, bit overpriced. And then all these have took to the new season, and people that have been released. If I quickly look, Eder Militao left. He's now retired. Oscar Garde left. He was just a youngster. He could have been good, but probably wasn't. Alfred Garones left. He was never good enough. And Sonia Whitbread left. He was like 4th, 5th choice goalkeeper. Was he a goalkeeper? I think he was. I might mistaken it. Yeah, it was goalkeeper. I'm getting it cracked. Yeah. Season preview for this season is still finishing first, but same odds as Barcelona. So it's going to be a close tie between us and Barcelona, considering Barcelona have won the past 2 titles. Might easily be them winning a 3rd. Who is the manager of Barcelona? It's still Xavi. I think he's announced that he's leaving at the end of the season in real life. At least I think that's cracked, isn't it? So that's not going to be true for next season. Next FM, he'll be probably managing in Qatar again. To be honest, it was a bit of a surprise that he joined Barcelona in the first place, but then he was a legend, and Barcelona didn't have much money. They were £1 billion in debt, so I can see why they tried going for the cheaper option and someone who would help please the fans. He's had a successful time at Barcelona in this alternative universe. So transfers happened on the 20th of August. So if we look at the loanees, we just let a few loanees go. Mikel Gomez, who could get good, has been loaned out to Basel. Carlos Heavy has been loaned out. He's not any good. Juan Carlos has been loaned out. He's not any good. Joaquin Villanueva, he's no good either. Herrerios could be good. He's been loaned out to Cornella. Then we saw Jack Wiley. Quite a lot of money. Sold him for 31.5 million. A loss again, this time from Rangers. Apparently, he didn't have a club from 2023 till 2031. Or it was just disappeared, but that's because probably It's probably because he didn't have a career. He wasn't added until I added some other league, and so he was added when I added those other leagues, and because of that, then Real Madrid bought him. Something to do with leagues added or leagues removed. He was then re-added back to the database because it wasn't in it at the start. But he was sold to Chelsea. Fran Leon's also been loaned out, but players joining. Facundo Biglia has joined us as a squad player, right winger, and he looks very, very good. Dead cheap as well from Newell Old Boys. Maha Imad joins us as well from FC Porto. He looks very, very good as well, and a squad player. 43 million, rises to 58 million. Thorbjorn Wilken joins us as well, as from into 30 million, rising to 41.5. Carlos de la Cruz joins us as a centre back, 32 million from AZ or AZ. Andy Harwood also joins us as our new backup left back, squad player from Lille, just under 30 million full up front, 40 million altogether. He's an English/Swedish player and he has 4 caps for England. Quick look, Vinicius Jr. is currently unhappy because he thinks there is a lack of sufficient quality depth in the goalkeeping department. I could have promised him that we would get a goalkeeper in, but I decided against it because it's not up for me to decide on who to sign. I don't know if the director of football would even try and sign a goalkeeper. Anyway, it says you have to have a maximum of 23 outfield players, so I thought, let's get the 23 outfield players and the 2 backup goalies. 2 goalies, 1 main, which is Arno Tennis, and then backup will be Angel Valverde. And then all the others could be youth prospects that could play as the 3rd goalie. So I've upset him. I've upset Vinicius Jr. and now he isn't unhappy with me, which is thankful. And also Javier, who is one of our regular sized centre backs, even though he doesn't look it, he probably wants to play in a better division. Yeah, I don't understand that because La Liga EA Sports is the 2nd best league in the world, considering it's the 2nd best in Europe, and I can't see any other league around the world being better. Maybe Brazilian or Argentinian, but I can't see Saudi Arabian or Japanese or South African or some New Zealand league or American league being better. So yeah, he has big ambitions and he's been looking like an idiot for it. However, we have had our first few games, so we're entirely undefeated in the first few friendlies. Then we beat Real Valladolid in the La Liga start date. Juventus we then beat in the UEFA Super Cup because Juventus won the Europa League and we won the Champions League. So we get another Super Cup to our trophy cabinet, and I've got a new winners medal. And then we've just recently beat Sevilla 5-1. Currently takes us still top in the league. And yeah, Sevilla look awful. They've conceded 8 in 2 games. So yeah, they -8 in 2 games, so they've conceded more than that if they've scored at least a goal. But yeah, everything is looking good. However, we have got a game against Barcelona after just towards the end of the transfer window, or just after it. So yeah, we've got to be careful about that. I am happy with this director of football because we've not sold anyone else since last time, but a load of offers have been coming in for our players and the director of football has been rejecting it. Normally the director of football just accepts any offer if he thinks it's okay, if the AI thinks it's at least the low end of his valuation, when you could probably get about 10 million more, but they've been doing these low offers and he's just been rejecting them all, which kudos to him. We have signed 3 more players since last time. Matteo Vongel comes in as just a youngster centre back from Paysandu, who are, is that Serie B? Yeah, Serie B side in Brazil. Walmart also joins us from Barcia, could get good. And Hugo Donat also joins us. Free transfer was last at Elden Ends, where he was quite good in terms of his goal output, but he could get good. He's just a youngster that we might be able to cash in on one day. I doubt he'll get the 3-star current ability, but one could always hope, considering Real Madrid have one of the best training facilities and youth facilities in the world. It's only junior coaching training facilities that are down by 1, so I could always request them. I think I've requested 1 of them. Actually no, I can't request them, so they may be already doing them, but I might be able to. No, I can't even increase the junior coaching budget, so I might ask that a bit later on. But yeah, the results we beat Levante and lost to Barcelona. We're currently 4th in the league. It's not the end of the world because it's only 4 games in. However, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid and Granada have all got 4 out of 4 victories. So yeah, hopefully we can win every other game and only lose to Barcelona, which will only be another 3 points dropped. Hopefully by that time Barcelona will be dropping points and we won't. So hopefully we'll win the title. But yeah, it's been a weird episode because we of course left West Ham and joined Real Madrid, and the transfer has been actually good for us. Maybe that's because we've moved clubs. If I quickly go to West Ham, because I did say I'd show it, Pep Guardiola took over from me, and Pep Guardiola was last at Inter, who had just won the title. He was now Mauricio Pochettino, who was at PSG manager. I don't think he was. I think he was Chelsea manager. Has Chelsea just lost the manager? Let's see. Chelsea. Yeah, it's Xabi Alonso. So manager. So Mauricio Pochettino was manager from 2022 to 2034, and then he just decided to leave to Inter. That is not showing. That's just so strange. But he has left as a legend along with Frank Lampard and John Terry for Chelsea, because he won like a load of titles with them, 3 titles in a row and an extra one there. So yeah, back on West Ham though, the transfers out. Let's look at the people that they sold. So they did sell Martinelli, which I was hoping would leave. He went up going to Chelsea. Juan Pena was also sold. Liam Gowney was a youngster. Romero was sold to Inter. Was that after Pochettino joined? I reckon it was. Everyone else were just loanees. Any big loanees? Remy LaSalle maybe. Could have been in the first team, but he was unhappy with us. We were loaned him out the past couple of years. Jamal Amrami, player who was overpaid for and then never played for us. He's been loaned out. And Luke Thomas was also loaned out to Fiorentina while they signed all these players. And can I see the average ratings of any of them? So Izuka looked quite good. Sommer, just a youngster. Brunetti and O'Dare. I can't see O'Dare or Brunetti or Moscato, but Sommer looks like a youngster from Holstein Kiel. And Takuma Izuka, joins from Feyenoord. Overpriced again, so they like spending on players from Netherlands, but they always overpay for them. So maybe it's a thing at West Ham. But yeah, that is the end of this episode. If you have enjoyed it, please give it a like. Subscribe to the channel as well. Hit the bell as well as that, so you never miss an upload. Make sure it's ring it. It kicks the thing where it's like the bell is completely full, and you get all notifications. Comment saying how do you think we'll fare at Real Madrid? Are you upset that we left West Ham? If you are, feel free to have a go at me in the comments. As long as you keep it nice. I don't want to be sworn at because I like keeping the keeping the comments quite friendly and all that stuff. And yeah, check out my socials in the description below. But I've been Matthew, also in SamuraiHex, and I'll see you all next time. Hex signing out. Bye everybody.